interlude from Jeanie.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Give it up for the band. That was great, wasn't it? You know, I'm a little bit nearsighted and it looked to me like he was wearing like a garter belt. And I'm thinking, wow, look at that outfit. Maybe he'll let me borrow the garter and the pants. Anyway, he was showing his undies instead. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you my boobies instead, all right? Would you like to see that? Yeah? I don't have any. I know what you guys were thinking when you saw me. Great breast implants, right? No, I didn't get the breast implants. Not in my breasts, anyway. But I'm in a really good mood. I had sex last night. Oh, great. Jeanie gets laid and people are clapping. Thank you very much. Actually, it was the best. It was probably the most amazing 30 seconds of my life. In fact, I was so grateful that afterwards I fixed the guy a salad. And he goes, "What's with the lettuce?" I said, "Hey, if you're gonna like a rabbit, you might as well eat like one too, right?" That's right. Just out making friends. You like my necklace? Thank you. Yeah, I swam down and got it myself. I figured, hey, I could swim. Why not just go get it? So I did. But anyway, listening to the band tonight, I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to be a comedian. I don't want to be an actress. I want to be a rock star. Wouldn't that be great? And people tell me that I look like Janet Jackson. Do you see that? Well, all right, maybe Michael Jackson. All the girls at the party, look at that body. Did she like get sodomized on the way out of her gigs or what? I mean, look at that package. I think I'm gonna have to ride it tonight. Whoa. Wow. It's almost like I wrote the shit, you know? So I'm from New Jersey. Can you tell? All right, after the show, we'll talk, we'll have some coffee, you'll figure it out. I'm a little bit nervous on this tiny little stage because I failed to mention that I'm kind of clumsy, and but I didn't want to be like a pain in the ass, so I said, okay, I'll stand on the little stage. It's okay. A little knee surgery, a little back surgery, that's all right. I'm up for anything. So I'm from New Jersey, and I have no tits, and I have no boyfriend, and I have no job. Don't you wish you were me? It's hard to meet a good guy, though, isn't it? You know, a guy that's warm and sensitive and has a big wallet. Not that I'm materialistic or anything, but... Hi, what's your name? Yeah, you. What is it? Rick. Hi, Rick. How much money have you got? Forget it. Hi, what's your name? Hi, what's your name? Hi, John. Wow, you were named after a toilet. I was named after a garage door opener. So much in common. I just found that out recently. Like, I didn't have a bad enough day. This guy says to me, "What's the matter? Are you having trouble with your Jeanie?" I'm like, "Excuse me, my what?" He goes, "Your Jeanie." I'm like, after the day that I've had, now you're telling me I'm named after a garage door opener. This just isn't right. So, John, how much money have you got? 75 cents? Bastard. What about my knees, you know? What about my knees? What about pesto? No, I only like red sauce. Plastic? Plastic is good. Where would you like to meet for our date? The mall? Or the airport? You choose. I'm easy. No, I'm really not a money-grubbing bitch, actually. It's just the opposite. I've actually dated guys that show up on bicycles. They're like, hop onto the handlebars. Come on, we'll go. One guy picked me up in a postal truck. That was the most rickety ride I've ever had. It was like, oh, that was bad. The sliding doors and the sliding windows. It was so creative. So creative. I love a guy who's creative. Like this guy that I went out with in New York, he says to me, it was a first date, he says to me, "Don't eat," right? So I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna take me to a nice restaurant. I'm not gonna even ask where. I'll just let him surprise me. So he shows up for the date with a picnic basket. I'm like, wow, how romantic and creative. When really I was thinking, you cheap fuck. What do you think you are, Yogi fucking Bear? I mean, I live in his studio, which is basically a bed in a room, you know? There's like a big-ass bottle of cheap wine in there. I think I knew what was on his mind. I think I know. So has anyone tried the personal ads here? Anyone? Just say, yeah, if you have. Yeah. All right, there are 3 losers in the room, including myself. Okay. Wasn't that fascinating, though? I tried the personal ads, and boy, the cast of characters that showed up. One guy actually said on the phone, I never met him, obviously, but he said to me, if you'd like to see the world's most beautiful butterfly collection, give me a call. I'm like, I've seen The Silence of the Lambs. I don't think I'll be calling you, Buffalo Bill. And then, this actually happened on a blind date. The guy showed up wearing tap shoes. Tap shoes. And I was like, well, why did you wear the tap shoes? And he said, no reason. Really? Well, what, you know, were you at dance class? No. Was there a fire at your house and this was the only pair of footwear that survived the flames? He said, no. I'm like, were you channeling Bojangles and the next thing you know it, you're standing at the doorstep wearing the tap shoes, not even aware of it until I mention it? No. Clickety, this is when I fall on my ass. Clickety, clickety, click down the street we went. He took me to a musical. I think he wanted to be in the musical. And then after the date, he takes me home. So, would you like to have sex? I'm like, no. He's like, why not? I'm like, no reason. So one thing I'm definitely not into, though, is phone sex. That makes me really mad. Well, the guy always hangs up first. Bastards. What about my needs? But, you know, I've solved a lot of problems, like stalkers. Does anyone here have any problems with being stalked? Because I know how to get rid of a stalker. You just sleep with them. It'll work, I'm sure of it. Okay, all right. Ladies, you know how guys always buy you drinks in a bar? Maybe the men can help me out here, too. Do you think it would be okay if instead of a drink, if maybe you had an appetizer? You know, because they cost about the same, right? Would that be okay? Can I get you something to drink, miss? Yes. Shrimp cocktail, please. Make it a double. I'm going to try that the next time. The next time I get off stage, I'm going to try that. Hi, what's your name? Ben? How much money have you got? $5? You suck, Ben. But you have long hair. No, Ben doesn't suck. And I don't suck either. Maybe that's why I'm single. God damn it. I do not suck in bed. I'm telling you, I don't. But I think that might be the problem. So, what? Sound like someone was starting to ask a question. Yeah. It's okay, just talk amongst yourselves. No, you're at a bar, so you should be. You should be hanging out with your friends talking. I don't really mind, actually. It makes me less self-conscious when I know that people aren't gaping at me. So, do you think I look like Jane Fonda? People tell me that sometimes. Do you see that? You do? Does this help? I'm going to use this to balance myself so I don't fall on my arse. Okay, here's my favorite joke. This is olive oil in bed with Popeye. Small enough. Okay, now everyone's quiet because I know I'm going to fall on my ass. You're just hoping, aren't you, sir? You're ready to scrape me up yourself, aren't you? Okay, you ready? Olive oil in bed with Popeye. Olive was a skank hoe. Bet you didn't know. And Lucy was watching, Lucy Ricardo, you know what she said? Ooh. She doesn't like skank hoes. So I grew up in New Jersey. I went to Catholic school. And I'm reminded of that because I have cheat notes in my skirt, which I did that in Catholic school too. Although I was a little bit more clever back then. I used to hide it in the hem of the skirt. I used to rip out some of the stitching. That's what you could do in Catholic school. Any students in the house? Hey, don't be stealing my shit, all right? I never got caught for that. Nobody knows. High school was interesting though, wasn't it? You're like totally body conscious and you're trying to lose weight. Like I had these things, they were called Slim Skins. And I don't know if anyone's ever tried these things, but they were like, it was like plastic pants that you put on, and then you literally attach the vacuum cleaner to it, so it sucks all the air out, they're stuck to you, and then on top of that, you're supposed to start exercising. That was a nightmare. And then I had the Marquee and Bus Developer. I used it so much that it was squeaking like that, and my father heard me downstairs. Jeanie, what are you doing upstairs? I actually said, I'm moving the bed. Secret. I have a nice mother, though. I have a really nice mother. She always says to me, Jeanie, if you like a guy, don't let him see your act. My mother's, well, she's kind of a prude, basically. She was dating my father for 4 years, and she didn't have sex with him until after they got married. And so she's trying to tell me that sex is reserved for marriage, I'm like, she's like, Jeanie, sex is reserved for marriage. I'm like, well, that can't be true. I'm not married. First I was 12. No, I'm kidding. I was 11. She has to tell me this now. Like, that's all you need to see. Is a 29-year-old virgin, right? That's just scary. I'm saving myself for my husband. Do you want to marry me? I bet I'll be really good in bed. So, what else do I want to tell you? I was thinking that, because I've been on all these blind dates, and I was thinking that, and I'm always really nice, like the guy shows up and he's totally butt ugly, and I just, what can you do? So, but then I came up with a new idea. What you could do is, you could be the bigger blind date from hell, like, hi! Thanks so much for meeting me here! Wow, you seem like a nice guy! Would you like to have my baby? Oh, don't answer now. Let's have a cocktail first and see what comes up. Oh, by the way, I have a urinary leakage problem. So if the seat gets wet, just let me know. I'm gonna go to the bathroom now and powder my nose. I'll be right back. That's okay, because then I don't have to be the mean one and tell him, right? I gotta try that one day. So, what other things do I want to tell you? When I was a child, I was actually kind of interesting. I had never seen a black person, because we lived in a really small town in New Jersey, and the only person that I ever saw that was black was the garbage man, and I referred to him as the chocolate man. I was such a concrete-minded kid. I literally thought he was made out of milk chocolate. I'm surprised I didn't climb right to the truck and start licking him in. Can you imagine? And then I'd be all disappointed. He's not chocolate, he's salty. Oh, mad at him, So when I was little, this is a true story. When I was little, I went to Catholic school, and they told us that one day, Jesus would come back on the earth in the form of a human being. And because my initials are JMC, I thought it was me. I thought that was a sign from God. I thought it stood for Jesus, Mary, and Christ. But I didn't tell anyone. For like 2 years, I walked around thinking that I was the baby Jesus. It's true, I really did. And then someone said to me, well, how did you figure out that you weren't? I'm like, I don't know. I think I just got tired of turning the other cheek. So, let's see, what else did I do that was weird? Well, when I was little, though, my mother took me to the bank, and she would say to me, Jeanie, if you put money in the bank, it grows. And then I took the money out, and I was really pissed off that it wasn't any longer, like it was her fault. She confused me by using the word grow. What did I know? I was getting bigger, right? I wasn't getting worth more, I was just getting larger. Ooh, is that a good? Good. cheater, always a cheater. Oh, so I decided also when I was a child that when I grew up I was going to marry a black man because I hated prejudice and I wanted to make a statement to the world. Do you think that's the statement I'd be making? What'd you say? Go ahead, speak out. You know you want to. Oh, you know that those commercials? I don't know if you guys do this, but I always rewrite them in my mind. Like that one, Smart and Final. Smart and Final, that's where you go. Save time and money, shop like a hoe. Every time I hear that, and I start singing that, shop like a hoe. I love that one. That's a good one. So I used to live in Manhattan, and LA is very different from Manhattan. I'm just gonna get louder. Okay, so in Manhattan, you know, you get into a fuck you match with people because they don't like what you're doing. It's like, fuck you, no, fuck you, fuck you, no, fuck you. You know, this is like in the health food store because someone cut me in line.